Welcome back to another cooking video. Today I'm going to show you how to make a soft shell crab tempura temaki, which is a hand roll. Now, in my opinion, hand rolls are some of the easiest but best sushis you can make because the nori stays at its best because it's not in contact with the rice, so it doesn't get moist and it stays dry and crispy, which is where I think perfect nori is. Okay, so without further ado, let's get cooking. Alright, start off by taking your soft shell crab, as you can see, a nice soft shell, and just flip it over. Now, I like to cut my soft shell crab in half at an angle, just like this, for temaki rolls, because it creates a nice triangle shape, this and this, that easily fits into temaki roll. Okay, so once you've done that, you just want to cover these in flour. So take a tray full of flour, and just lay them in there and cover it all over so it has a nice layer of flour around it. And the reason for doing this is because tempura batter doesn't like to stick to wet surfaces, so this helps that here. Now you can do this a little bit ahead of time so you don't have to rush it all at the end. Okay, once you've done this, then you want to move on to making your tempura batter. And for this you're going to need some tempura flour mix, this stuff here. It comes ready-made, just like so. And you just need 100 grams of this, so place that in a bowl. And then you need 160 grams of ice cold water, or 160 milliliters. And the reason it needs to be ice cold is so that when the ice cold water meets the hot oil, it creates a big reaction and creates some airy puffiness. Now to mix it, you don't need a whisk. Instead, just a simple fork will do, because you don't want to overmix the tempura batter. It needs to be lumpy and not mixed, because the little lumps will create little pockets of dry crispiness. So just mix it just this much, no more than that. That's literally all you have to mix it. Okay, once you've done that, you just take your crab and dip it into your tempura batter mix. And then you want to place it into a deep fryer at 170 or 180 degrees Celsius. Just like this. Now, don't overcrowd the deep fryer. You just want to put 1-2 pieces in there maximum, because otherwise it will drop the temperature of the oil and it will start to become soggy instead of crispy. Now, it's important to just flip them around once in a while and make sure that it cooks evenly on both sides. It'll take about 3 minutes, and once it becomes a nice golden brown, then you want to just remove it from the oil and place it onto a sheet of paper so that it can let go of some of that oil. Look at that. That looks great. Okay, so now you take half sheet of nori and place it on the cutting board and add 40 grams of cooked and seasoned sushi rice in a diagonal in one of the corners, just like this. I'll add the recipe in the description below on how to make sushi rice. Once you've placed it like this, then you add a little bit of freshly grated wasabi on it, just like so, followed by 1 spoonful of kelpie mayonnaise. I'll put the link in the description to how to make that too. And 1 spoon of sweet chili sauce. Then you place your soft shell crab on top with the legs facing outwards, just like this. And you add 2 slices of red bell pepper, followed by 1 slice of avocado. Now you take the corner closest to you and you just wrap it over and you roll it in a sort of arc shape, going round all the way until you don't have any nori left. And then you have 1 little piece sticking out and you just want to add 1 grain of rice there as glue to just hold that in place and make it nice and neat. Now to finish off, you want to add 1 spoonful of tobiko. This is flying fish roe in the little gap there. And the reason for doing this now, not before, because otherwise it would go everywhere when you roll it. And voila, there we go, done. So there we go, now you know how to make a soft shell crab temaki. Now, if you're having trouble finding soft shell crabs, I recommend you look in Chinese grocery stores. You'll usually find them in the freezer section, or if not, you can find some online. I know the source in America where you can get soft shell crabs online. I'll link it in the description below. If you're outside America, you'll probably need to just Google that and look into it. Now, if you haven't done so already, subscribe to my channel, and thank you for watching. See you guys next week.